Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Ethereum. I wanted to do a full update on the current situation. We'll talk a little bit about the network in general and how the fundamentals are looking for Ethereum, and then we'll talk about the technical situation here, which has been relatively stable since last week Monday. So we'll talk about whether that's a bullish thing, bearish thing. We'll take a look at some order flow things that have happened since Sunday that are quite interesting, and that will have implications on the price. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get right into it. I'll try to keep the video short and concise. I personally do have a very clear opinion on what I think for Ethereum, or at least how I will personally trade it. So I'll tell you about that as well. And that's what we'll do. So let's get right into it. Fundamentally for Ethereum, there's not much going on. I mean, I would argue the fundamentals are quite stable, just like the price. But obviously, I mean, if I would have to say, if you take a look at the daily active addresses, daily transactions, the market cap of the tokens on Ethereum, the TVL, I would argue this is more of a downtrend than that it is an uptrend. And you can more clearly see that on the 1 year time frame, where especially the TVL in December peaked and since then started to trend down. DEX trading volumes though, and I have to say, I mean, when we're looking at other networks, if you compare Ethereum to something like Solana, or even something like BNB, which obviously has been very, very active in the last couple of days, but before that was not doing so great, Ethereum is actually holding on fairly well fundamentally. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't always mean that the price will hold on well as well, right? Because price technically, I think on the 4 hour time frame, we have found some sort of a strong support here around 1800. I'd argue that's the main support level, but on the higher time frames, we are still trending down, right? And the question is, and that's also what we talked about the last time, is that we're waiting for a support level strong enough to actually stop this downtrend. And the question is, could this be that level? And ultimately, that's only something you can say in hindsight, all right? Because I do think on the higher time frames, this support level at 1800 is strong enough, especially if we're able to get a reclaim, but it's strong enough to actually be the support. The level under that, between 1600 and 1550, is the next support level. That could also be the last support. The main thing that we have to wait for, unfortunately, is the actual confirmation. And the confirmation is a bullish breakout, right? Because we haven't seen that in a very, very long time. I mean, basically since the 20th of December, we haven't had a bullish breakout. All right, so now the big question also is for Ethereum is that we're consolidating between the main resistance at 2000 and the main support at 1800. Is this support level strong enough to provide this instead of this? All right, and a drop into that level at 1600. Now, I think you should be prepared for both scenarios, right? So I personally have limit orders stacked up lower for if the price gets there. And that also probably reveals my thoughts on Ethereum here. I mean, I will be ready if we break above 2000. And if we do that with strength, with some leverage coming in and a healthy dose of spot volume as well, I will buy Ethereum, right? But I'm not certain enough about Ethereum and its strength to buy Ethereum right now, predicting that we're going to break above 2000. I don't think that's most likely. I think with the instability for Bitcoin still, which is unable to break above 84,500, general instability in the world, which also influences crypto, whether you like it or not, I would argue that purely technically, it's most likely that we will remain stable here and that we'll be able to hold 1800. I think that's most likely at this point of time. But when we're talking about either a bullish breakout or a bearish breakdown, I would say the bearish breakdown is still most likely right now. All right, and that has also has something to do. I believe last week I was leaning a little bit more towards expecting the bullish breakouts because we had quite a lot of shorts coming into the price of Ethereum, but now it's quite mixed. All right, you can see that since Sunday evening, a lot of positions have been opened. Let me see. The open interest is up about 3%, which is pretty big for Ethereum. That's a lot of money. But this time around, as you can see, it's longs and shorts being opened. All right, and I would even argue that it's a majority of longs being opened, which means that there's now not only liquidity to the upside, which is still there, but also a lot of liquidity to the downside, which could be fuel for a move down. All right, but therefore, those are my thoughts. If we actually get closer to a breakout, and if I think that's coming, I'll let you know as soon as I can. But for now, I think this is what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.